What's going on, everyone? It's me, Lone, and today's going to be a bit more of a chilled video because pretty much every day since Fallout 76 was announced, I've been doing deep analysis and lore and theory videos, and they've been super fun, but I'm a little bit drained right now, so I just want to do a video that's a bit more laid back, a bit more relaxed, and a video where we get to talk about my favorite game of all time, Fallout 3. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that Fallout 3 is my favorite game of all time. It's right up there, and BioShock is a very, very close second. I usually chop and change between the two, sometimes I consider them equal, but I would say pretty confidently that Fallout 3 is my favorite game of all time. It was just a game that first introduced me not just to Bethesda games, but open world games and RPGs, and it caught me by surprise in terms of what those kinds of games and genres could offer, because up until that date I would only really play Call of Duty and racing games. I was a bit of a different gamer back then. And as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going around recently that there will be a Fallout 3 remaster announced at E3 this year in Bethesda's E3 showcase. Now, certainly by no means is this confirmed, it's all rumor, it's all speculation, but I'm just talking about the possibility of there being a Fallout 3 remaster coming out maybe this year, or at least announced at E3. And as excited I am for Fallout 76 to see what's on offer, I would be over the moon if we got a Fallout 3 remaster. It would be something that I would play without question for hours and hours and hours upon end. It's a game that I can always go back to. It's a game that has such a chilled vibe to it. The post-apocalyptia that's kind of conveyed in that game is almost second to none. And I know that there's a big debate in the Fallout community, you know, is Fallout 3 bad? Is New Vegas better? I think it's all down to, you know, personal opinion. The reason why I really like Fallout 3, and I've mentioned this in the past, is down to nostalgia. It was the first Fallout game I ever played. I think it was the first Bethesda game I ever played, one of the first big open world games I ever played. So it was a game that introduced me into a lot of new things that to date I never really had as a gamer. And interestingly, when I first played Fallout 3, I actually didn't like it. I actually returned it. I've told this to some people and they still don't believe me. When I first bought Fallout 3, I played it, I was like, I'm not really into this, and I returned it. And then I got into a stage where I really wanted to complete all the achievements in a game. Like, I would solely not play any game that meant the achievements were too hard. And for some reason, I don't know why, I thought, well, I'll try Fallout 3 and see how the achievements are for that game. Because as memory goes, Fallout 3's achievements, while they were long and they took a while, they weren't necessarily undoable or crazy, crazy hard. So when I saw that game and did a bit of research, I was like, well, you know what? I might buy this back again, give it another go, and then we'll see how we go with a 100% achievement run. And I am so glad I did that. I am so happy that I made that choice, because doing a 100% achievement run in Fallout 3 just made me appreciate that game like I've never appreciated games before. And I think it was because the achievements in that game, naturally in most games, would take you to a lot of locations, would make you talk to a lot of people and do a lot of quests that maybe in a normal playthrough, if you weren't going to complete everything, you might not actually do, because there were some quests in there that were tied to achievements that weren't necessarily main quests. You had to discover a certain number of locations to be able to get a certain achievement. So it wasn't like, well, I'm just going to go location, 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 and just tick it off for the achievement. But I used that as a way to say, well, you know what? If the achievement is, you know, go to this many locations, I was going to go to them and explore them properly and actually appreciate them. So playing the game in that way just made me fall in love with it. It was absolutely incredible. But I'm fully well aware that Fallout 3 is an old game. It is an old game. It's 10 years old. In fact, we're coming upon the 10-year anniversary of Fallout 3. And I think this is why there's been rumors that there will be a Fallout 3 remaster, because of that 10-year anniversary, and it's easy marketing, and Bethesda could just release it on that date. So whether that's a possibility, I don't know. We're not going to speculate about that in this video. But what I will say is that, man, I would love it if there was one. And not just for my sake. You know, again, I would love to go and play through Fallout 3 with updated graphics and just experience that again. But because Fallout 3 is so old, so I'm getting back to the point that I was originally making, I know that not many people have played it. I mean, Fallout 4 was Bethesda's best-selling, or at least best revenue generating game of all time. So naturally, by implication, that means that more people played Fallout 4 than they did Fallout 3. And you know how it goes. Not everyone's going to go back and play the old games. Like for instance, when Witcher was doing really, really well, how many people actually went back to play Witcher 1 and Witcher 2? It happens, mind you, but it doesn't happen that often. At least I think it's the minority situation. So I would honestly love it if this game came out as remastered, just so other people that have never played that game before have a reason to experience it for the first time. Have a reason to walk out of Vault 101 and experience that scenic overlook for the first time. It is such a sight. It fills you with wonder and excitement and joy, and it just makes you want to explore this wasteland and do what you want. It's such a strange, awesome feeling that I wish more people would experience it, and I would hope that with a Fallout 3 remaster, not just old fans of the game go back and play it, but new fans that maybe never played that game and just Fallout 4, give them a reason to go back and play this game that probably otherwise that wouldn't play. And also, as we know, there's some issues with trying to get Fallout 3 to run on Windows 10. I personally just went through it, managed to actually make it work, funnily enough. I know there are some people out there that can't get it to run. But if we had a brand new Fallout 3 executable and a remaster that was guaranteed to work on Windows 10, that would be amazing. It would be absolutely incredible. Get that game on the Switch, dude. I would play it to work and back every single day. Oh, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I would love this game to be remastered. And for maybe some of you out there, if you haven't played Fallout 3, let me know in the comments below. I would really love to hear your thoughts, because I think there will be a good contingent of you out there that would also love Fallout 3 as much as I did. Again, it's not for everyone, it's not a perfect game, but it's my favorite video game of all time, and it got me into Fallout. It's why I'm here today talking to all of you about Fallout. So anyways, Wastelanders, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this chill video. Please let me know in the comments below. And until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.